What's happening, everybody? Christopher August checking in here, and I have been in what some may call the void space, the space between, that empty space where it seems as if nothing is truly happening, where parts of my life have become stagnant and the path ahead feels unclear. And the other times I've been in this similar space, it's brought up a lot of fear. It's challenged this egoic, productive, hyperactive part of myself that just wants to escape whatever this is and just do. But over these past few weeks, I've been deeply humbled into a space of just allowing, just being, just receiving. And what I've received as a result of allowing myself to be emptied, quite physically as well as metaphorically, energetically, is that I'm being reorientated towards my, higher path that's in alignment with a greater version of myself. And I recorded a video a couple weeks ago around generally when there's a massive breakthrough, there's often a breakdown. And this breakdown is a letting go process, a shedding process, a surrender process. It's a process that is cleansing and purifying the vessel in order to reach that next level and unlock that next level. And this could be a number of things: stories, beliefs, identities, attachments, all the things that we unconsciously or even consciously hang on to within our own being. And so right now, being in this space, something deeper has dropped in. And it is allowing me to feel into the depth of what my why is. Now, I've always had somewhat of a North Star. And your why is essentially your reason for being. However, I feel like my why has been diluted. It has faded in certain ways over the years. And therefore, coming back to center, coming back to that place where that why is becoming present, and not only present, but at the forefront of what I do. Now, many of you may know my story where many years ago, back in 2012, I had left my corporate job. I left my master's degree. I left everything that I knew behind in order to pursue a higher calling. And this higher calling was to go and help others and serve as a Peace Corps volunteer for 2 years of my life in Tanzania, Africa. And while I fulfilled that mission and I went through all of the beauty and the challenges that mission had, there was a purity and a depth for why I was there and why I wanted to be there. And I can't say that's not true right now, because it is. Yet I feel that in sort of taking this deeper hunger and passion for making a difference and helping others, and then funneling that into a business, which has been a beautiful experience and a beautiful teacher and a beautiful ride, there has been a dilution or a fading of this sort of inner fire because of the heavy demands of being here, being here and doing this, or the bottom line of now having not only myself, but a family and people to support in my life. And so all of this is added into sort of this internal pressure, responsibility. And not to mention, of course, through this process, certain fears arise, insecurities, inadequacies, imposter syndrome, all the things that sort of dilute this ultimate why. But this why is now coming back up to the surface, and I'm being asked right now, even in this moment, to start with why. And to come back to that centered place where that why is at the forefront, where that why is the reason for being, where that why is the focal point of all creation, even including filming content and doing videos and sharing videos like this. Why am I sharing what I'm sharing? Why am I doing what I'm doing? In fact, you can even ask yourself these questions. Oftentimes there's these underlying motivating factors, and we all have certain shadows that play out. And it's okay to admit that maybe there's a hidden agenda in what you're doing, or maybe there's an insecurity that you're feeling, an unworthiness, and you're seeking validation. That's okay. We're all human, and we all have these aspects of ourselves. And it really is just recognizing these aspects, giving love to these aspects, and then reorientating, recentering ourselves. And that's exactly what I'm doing in this moment, is recentering back to that true center, to that true focal point, to that true why. And perhaps you want to join me and do the same. But overall, I know from fact, from truth, from my own experience, that when we come back to that core reason for being and that core why, everything else begins to become a little bit easier. And we are reminded of all the things we do, and doing them with intention, with consciousness, and with purpose. Sending you so much love and positive energy on your journey, and we'll be talking to you soon.